Hello, hi. Want to jump on quickly to talk a little bit about music. The power of learning, ding, 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 a musical instrument. The power of music, man. Music is special. It really is. We all love to listen to music, even the normal people in the Matrix. It's great. But that's passive listening, and that's brilliant too. But when you learn an instrument, you go towards being not just passive, but active in your life and learning something. It's very humbling to be a beginner and to learn a musical instrument. Very humbling. It teaches you a lot about beginner's mindset that we should all have. Even I don't like to be a beginner sometimes and push myself outside of my comfort zone to be shit at stuff. But it's really fun to play the music instrument and to listen to those sounds and to create vibratory sounds with whatever instrument, because there seems to be like I don't know, quite a lot of instruments that we can tap into in the physical health, spiritual communities, even just normal, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of things that I've learned since I posted about it's barely a week since I started playing the ukulele. I'm really obsessing over it. I think it's magical. I really do. I think it's an amazing instrument. Now, why is music so powerful? I don't know, guys. Like, I've got my opinions on it. And what I do know is that since I've started to play the guitar, I'm getting like high. It's very strange, very peaceful, calm. It's almost like it's healing my brain. Like, it is actually healing my brain. I'm going into flow, and I'm only a beginner. This is crazy. I've only just started playing it. I'm shit still. But I go into flow, you know, that alpha brainwave state, whatever that guy calls about the flow state when you're in alpha brainwaves. So I think learning a musical instrument for a period of time and getting better at it and practicing every day gets you into that state of flow mastery and puts you into alpha brainwave state, which we know is very healing anyway. The alpha brainwave state is, the opposite of stress, high beta, which the majority of people are in because they are doing jobs they don't fucking love. They're in debt. They have problems in their relationship. There's a lot of stress. They got kids and they're struggling. People are struggling, man. People are struggling in life. So how do you stop struggling in life? I don't know. Grab an instrument, start becoming a beginner, start playing it, and hear those magical sounds. Definitely and obviously, when you hear music in your ears, and you're playing it, it creates a frequency of sound that is very calming and productive to the human brain. I reckon it slows the brain down, slows the brainwaves down. I also reckon it brings an incoherent, say, depressed brain. Actually, a lot of the greatest musicians that we know of were depressed, suicidal, and all that shit. And what healed them was music. First listening to it and then creating their own music with instruments and playing it and doing their own style. So I reckon the incoherent brain, which is from depression and all these kind of negative dark thoughts that we all go through, and maybe even now we still go through as light workers, we struggle. What the music does and learning to play an instrument is it makes your brain more coherent. So basically the symphony in your brain, the brainwaves are firing at like the same kind of frequencies. They're in order. There's a structure there that's missing when you get into those low vibratory states of fear, you know, the COVID shit and all the negativity that's going around and all that crazy stuff. That's one aspect to it. Definitely I've noticed with the guitar, with this particular instrument, the ukulele, for me, I've just been using my brain here, and it makes sense to me that, you know, with reflexology and what we know with the hands, like with the ukulele and the guitar, you're using the left hands, the top of the fingers, yeah, on this side, and the right hand using the fingertips. So using the fingertips of both hands to strum and to hold. Well, we know from reflexology that the hands are connected to this all body points to the whole body in the hands. But guess what? The fingertips of the guitar, the ukulele, the left, the right are being used. So that the fingertips, the top of the fingers, is connected to the brain. Now, where's my biggest issue for my own healing journey? It's my brain hemisphere damage, my brain damage, emotional health damage. Didn't have cancer. I just had broken brain, fucking dark shit brain. So for me, and I guess for a lot of you too, and definitely for the Matrix lot, there's a lot of brain damage going on, as in the brain is the one that creates the problems, it's the one that has the thoughts, it's the one that holds the trauma. When we do psychedelics, what do psychedelics do? They go straight to the fucking brain. You see, they're connecting the dots here. So when you're using those fingertips, and the fingertips hold, according to reflexology in the hands, the brain. So basically what I'm saying is I feel like it's definitely a factor, but how big a factor, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I think it's fucking huge. The actual fingertips, fingers, top of the fingers connection from reflexology hands with guitar to the brain is huge, and that is a healing effect, and that's why people love playing the guitar. I think that's a huge reason why you see guitarists get in the flow. I mean, any musician can go in the flow when you practice as a beginner and you practice consistently for a period of time of weeks and months consistently. You can get into flow anyway. But I think with guitar playing particularly, as opposed to say blowing your mouth from a woodwind instrument, because you're using the hands, that is affecting the brain. It's healing the brain. So the guitar, more than other instruments, in my opinion, heals the brain. Now that might be a bit controversial, but I definitely know there's a fingertip. I definitely feel there's a fingertip hand reflexology brain connection, which I fucking love with the guitar. Now listen, I'm not dissing the woodwind instruments and all because they're amazing too, because if you think about them, they're using the mouth. And when you're blowing on, like, say, an American flute, a Banzai flute, or whatever flutes we got, or a woodwind instrument, and a saxophone or something that are quite hard to breathe, you're also doing something different with the healing, which is very powerful, which is you're using the breath. So the breath, you're using energy from the breath. It's not easy to blow a saxophone, is it, guys? It's fucking hard. To blow a flute for a long period of time is fucking hard. It makes you out of breath. You need a strong lung system. You know, playing that instrument regularly, you'll build up the lung capacity. I'm pretty sure it builds up your total volume of oxygen you can carry in your lungs. And also, because the exhales need to be longer, what you're doing in effect with woodwind instruments, as opposed to guitar, is blowing instruments, any of those blowing things. What was it? The American one, the didgeridoo. All those shit is you're doing breath work at the same time as playing those instruments. So how crazy is that? Pretty much every instrument, not only are you getting the frequencies of sound that are fucking magical, not only are you getting the joys, the absolute joy that I'm finding of playing a cover song like over and over again and getting good at it. I fucking love that shit, and then I'll get to the singing too at some point. And yes, I will play to you guys eventually some good shit, because I'm determined to master shit. So you get to see yourself as a beginner progress at something. You get to see muscle memory, which I fucking love, by the way. Muscle memory. Literally, you'll start playing this. The next day, you'll be like, oh, I've got better. But you don't even know how you got better, because the muscle memory has been going on from your practice the day before. And then when you sleep, the muscle memory really kicks in. So the next day, you're like, oh shit, I've just jumped up in my practice, because you've been practicing loads. Your brain is incredibly amazing. When you have the REM sleep at nighttime and deep sleep, thanks to REM sleep, your brain synthesizes the knowledges of the muscle memory you're doing with the guitar plucking and the musical instruments you're playing at nighttime, which is pretty crazy. I love that factor. So there's a mastery factor to it and a flow that is every musician will experience when they continue with a beginner's mind for a long time. But beyond that, like I said, guitar instruments, the ones that do the hands, activate the reflexology points so they heal the brain. And then the ones that you blow are going to increase oxygen capacity, lung work, and it's just like breath work. And breath work is magical, man. So look how powerful music is. How fucking cool is that? When you learn an instrument, you can go and pick that instrument and you can go and play to yourself and to people. Yes, you can give value to other people by playing it. And isn't it a joy to make someone smile by playing a musical instrument? But you know what? The most fun is playing it to yourself. That's the fun, man. And that's the fun, being a beginner and getting better at it yourself and just knowing that you can offer value to anything. You know, I thought about this too, guys. Like, say you have fuck all in your life and it all goes wrong. You have no money and you have no home. Yeah, well, you can always offer value to someone and bring joy to yourself and other people in life if you learn a musical instrument. You won't even need a home. How fucking simple. This musical instrument I did, the idea of music, the power of music shows me and is teaching me that money really isn't as much as people make it out to be. Yeah, the sound of music is very healing. Once you learn a musical instrument and get good at it, you can carry that skill for the rest of your life, and no one can take that away from you. Even if you've got no home, nothing, no one can take away the fact that you've got the memories. What you learn on your journey, all the shit you've been through, all the lessons and experiences you've learned, cannot be taken, and the person you've become cannot be taken away from you. Just even if you lose your money, lose your home, everything gets wiped out, the economy gets fucked up, you'll always have those lessons of what you've learned, basically from the trauma you've seen. So I know I've gone over the place, but I was trying to explain to you the mastery that comes with and having nothing. As long as you've got music in your life, man, you're good. You're good to flow. I want to thank everyone in the community for bringing me to music this year. No accident. I've been a bit behind with music, to be honest with you. Not really focused on it. I know a lot of you, when I did my post on ukulele, are saying you play loads of instruments. I know that you guys watching this, gonna watch this, so fucking... You're all on the instruments. Only now, this year, I'm going to take my music very seriously. I do love it, and he said that. Adam, yeah, ukulele's amazing, man. It's great. Watch that video I posted up a few days ago on my profile with that girl, Tamame. She's fucking amazing, beautiful. I'm so inspired by her. It's just the keys to practice. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for all that you've given me with the music. I know you guys are way ahead of me, but it doesn't matter because I'm not comparing myself to you. I'm just happy that I've decided 2021 through synchronicities to come into the music thanks to you guys and to start learning it and taking it a little bit more seriously and to bring joy to my life and bring joy to the life of other people. And I know that I'm one of these people, if I stick with it, and I just like to stick with things, I want to get good and I want to play good, and it's just something that I'd like to do for other people. I want to offer value to people and to myself and to heal myself. And like I said, it's really about my healing. So I want to heal myself, and I've noticed with a guitar, I'm literally healing myself. So I'm being selfish too. I fucking love that shit. So I just want to encourage you guys to pick up your instruments that you've been, I don't know, you have, which you've been procrastinating over and you're thinking, I don't play that much. Why don't we try and get good at something in life? Why don't we bring joy to our lives? Whip that old instrument you haven't seen, the dust and cobwebs out, and start playing it, man. Start getting up the songs on YouTube. How amazing is YouTube? With YouTube now, it doesn't even cost money to learn instruments and to play for free. It's fucking free shit. Like, for real. Yeah, man. Ron, nice to see you here too. And Henry, lovely, lovely. Yeah, so play that music, man. Ron, you're very good at the guitar and other stuff. So it's great. I finally joined the bandwagon on the music because it's great fun. It's a great way to connect with people. And it's a great way, like I said, to heal myself, to heal ourselves. That's what we're here to do, isn't it? As light workers, to heal ourselves. It doesn't matter what's going on around there, outside. The world can be fucking ending. You know, it's crazy shit with what's going on collectively, but then it's not really, because internally, you're just growing. You're becoming a beginner. You're learning to heal yourself, man. You're giving value to people's life. All you can do, as my last message, is to focus on you. All I can do is focus on me. I can't focus on the collective shit that's going on there. I can only focus on my happiness and my vibration. And to that light, we must continue focusing, having fun. Don't let anyone ever tell you that playing music and learning a musical instrument is a waste of time in these times. No, 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 no. Working yourself and healing yourself with music is the most powerful thing you can do in these times. So, thanks very much, everyone, for watching. I appreciate you, and let's play and make 2021 an amazing year of music, love, and happiness. Peace.